Welcome back to another exciting episode of the free Neville Goddard podcast. My name is Mr. 2020. Matthew asks in the LOA by Neville Goddard group, the original home of Manifesting Mastery course, about how many scenes. Is it useful to use more than one scene? Should you just use one scene to nail a wish fulfilled? And we're going to nail this for you today, because if you get this right, your manifesting is going to be fast and fun. If you get it wrong, it's going to be frustrating. We've been there, gang. Let's follow pure Neville. Let's dive deep. And thank you, Matthew, for asking a great question. Let's dive in. So Matthew asks, does anyone know if we should play one scene over and over again while in sats or falling asleep? Or can we do multiple scenes that complement the underlying assumption? Matthew, this is a great question, and I'm going to tell you my personal policy on this, because Neville nailed it, and Neville was into nailing it. So, you don't need to do multiple scenes. You'll have no interest in doing multiple scenes once you enter the state of the Sabbath. And the state of the Sabbath is this: whenever you know, and you're done with it. So my personal little formula is one scene per session, one session per wish, one wish per session. I'll say that again. One scene per session, one session per wish, one wish per session. Which leads us to the whole thing of why I love the Joseph Goddard protocol that we made up. Because this was inspired because of what Neville shared about his dad. His dad every day would sit in his Berbice chair and imagine specific events of his day already having gone his way. So if he had 5 or 6 meetings, he would imagine each meeting, what would imply that each meeting has gone his way. And this is really, really cool, because when you start nailing like this, when you especially start nailing daily wishes like we teach with that Joseph Goddard to the max, you find all your imagining speeds up and gets easier. Because what happens is, here's the other side. Neville says you can do nothing to aid in the realization of your desire. Which means your job is to very simply nail it, and then you play your part. Neville also says, all that you do and all that befalls you simply happens. Free will ends when it comes to nailing your wish. When you have a desire to show up, that's when you surrender to its assumption. And when you surrender to its assumption by imagining what implies that wish is fulfilled, it gets really easy. By the way, that's a big one right there. Imagine what implies your wish is fulfilled. You don't imagine the wish. You imagine what implies the wish is fulfilled. I'll give you a great example. I had a girl at the pool, Jess, ask me about relationship advice. Because I'm always talking about my wife. Yeah, I really am, right? And so Jess asked me, what's your secret? How long you been married? What's your secret? And I told her. And yet that's an imaginal act right there. Somebody asking you, hey, what's your secret? I mean, you guys are just, you do great together. What's your secret? I've never seen you argue, and I've never heard you say anything bad about her. What's your secret? See, the imaginal act comes down to that little bit of, what's your secret? What's your secret? What's your secret? And you can play that over and over and over again until you experience the tones of reality. Neville did that. We've got a really cool lesson in ManifestingMasteryCourse.com about that with the anchor point. Short version of that longer lesson is this. There's an anchor point. What's your secret? That's your scene. That's your anchor point right at the end. What's your secret? How do you feel when they're asking you about your secret to having a great long-term relationship? Something that is very much desired by a lot of people. So if you got gold today, I've got 3 suggestions. Number 1, EasyManifestingMethods.com. We put together a series of 7 little video sets. We just say 7 videos. You get one a day for 7 days. You go sign up at EasyManifestingMethods.com. Make sure you click on the link that we send to you in your inbox. Right? We'll send you a confirmation email. By law, we have to do that, so we do it. We follow the law. And so you click on that confirmation email. If you have any problems with that, let me know, and then you'll get the daily email and those 7 videos, and your life will change big time. We want you to get all the basics right, like imagining what implies the wish is fulfilled, and that whole attitude of 1 wish per session, 1 session per wish. Number 2, I mentioned josephgoddardtothemax.com. Every day you are imagining something as you wake up in the morning. We have a very specific way of using the imagination first thing in the world. First thing in your day while you're waking up, so that you own your day. Because if you don't own your day, you don't own your destiny. And then you start getting into what we call is someday manifesting. You'll be feeling it happen someday. I'm so excited it's happening someday. It's a feeling. You get it. You know what I'm talking about. There's a difference between already true and someday. Someday feels nice. Already true feels real. So first suggestion, EasyManifestingMethods.com. Second suggestion, Joseph Goddard to the Max. And the third one, ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. That's the 90-day adventure. It's $97. If you're getting gold from the podcast, if you realize we are sharing shit that nobody else is sharing, if you get that we're making this really simple, ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. Takes about 10 minutes a day total. Cost about $1 a day total. It's a 90-day program for $97. We break all the rules by telling you that. Go read a couple hundred success stories in the group. Read about, 50 on the sales page. And change your life with this. Because if you do this exactly right, you're going to notice 1 wish per session, 1 session per wish becomes your way of life. If you do it the other way and you're adding in multiple scenes to complement it, it's because you're not in the habit of nailing it. And pretty soon you'll be adding in incense and candles and lucky rocks and other dumb shit. We want you to get you or God having the adventure of a lifetime. And you can surrender to your assumption instantly. You just got to learn how. Have a lovely day. My name is Mr. 2020. And I appreciate you listening to and sharing the show. Thank you.